Hello, this is Lady Bill Bannon coming to you from my car in the great state of Texas. So, how are you guys feeling after that time change? We went back an hour. I'm just sticking with the program. It just gets darker earlier. You know, just to keep up with things, I'll go ahead and change the clock, but I'm one of those people who does not like it when time jumps back or jumps forward. I say leave it alone. Anyway, so speaking of the time change, today's video is going to be about sleep during and after narcissistic abuse. When I was with the ex-husband, we would get into these arguments that would last all night. And I believe a lot of them would have ended if we had both displayed some more emotional maturity. I'm the kind of person that when I don't want to talk about something, I want to take just a minute. If I'm really, really upset, I want to take just a minute and have some space. And even when I told the ex-husband that, he would come towards me. He'd be very emotional and dramatic, and it was very exhausting. Eventually, I would snap, and I had it. I said some things that could have been phrased a little better. Let's just say that, and that would set him off, and there we would go, late into the night, early morning. He'd have to go to work the next day. He'd be tired and haggard. Whenever he was tired and haggard, he was even more difficult to deal with. Very, very, very irritable. When he wasn't, a complete zombie. It'd be like his brain wasn't working. But that's not really a sign of pathological narcissism. I'm just saying, it just made things more difficult than they should have been. Now, in the end, I started to walk on eggshells, and I learned, or rather was trained, what to bring up and what not to bring up, depending on the outcome that I desired. And towards the end, the outcome that I desired was just some peace. I did not want to deal with one of his, what I would call, episodes. And over the course of the time with the ex-husband, the person who I suspect is pathologically narcissistic in my life, sleep became, it was a challenge to get. I'd get up a couple times during the night. I found I was urinating a lot more. I don't know if you guys have experienced this or not, but this would continue after the ex-husband left my presence and we separated and divorced. I thought that, I'd be able to relax, but, I was so wound up that, it took a lot for me to stay asleep. What I ended up doing was trying to unplug from electronics at first. I will admit I'm bad about being on my phone and watching TV right before bed, but what initially I did was disconnect from electronics and TV and play some white noise, rain in the background, whatever. I stuck with rain because for me rain is very calming, and it wasn't too loud. Oh, hold on, guys. Oh, this is the wrong way to go. They're doing some sort of work on the lights here, so a lane is closed, and everyone's too dumb to figure out that, hey, I need to get over, or let this other person over, so we don't sit here and wait in one lane for 30 minutes. Oh, God. Alright, they're letting this guy in, or woman in, whatever. Okay, well, thank goodness I have to turn on this road here so I don't have to deal with this crap. I just want to get to the store. Okay. Oh, looks like I'm going to get the... Oh, no. Okay, I got the red light, but I'm turning, so that's cool. Alright. Okay, so I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought due to all of that. Yes, I'm sorry. I was talking about listening to rain and stuff to help myself relax and stay asleep. When I was with the ex-husband, I discovered this app. I forget the name of it. I think it was Ambio, but it had a couple different sounds like the whirring of a fan and waves, nature sounds, rain with thunder and lightning. And when the ex-husband left, I went back to that. I went back to listening to rain, and I made sure to go to YouTube and choose a video that was 10 hours and had a black screen, because it's difficult for me to go to sleep when there's lights on, even if it's really dim light. I like it as dark as possible. So, bright lights, with scenery, with rain, it isn't going to work for me. But anyway, I started listening to that. Oh, well, what did I do? Well, just trying to work on decreasing the anxiety in my life has definitely helped, if not waking up a million times to have to pee in the middle of the night. I'm getting there. It's a work in progress. I'm interested to hear what you guys' experiences have been with sleep or lack thereof with the suspected narcissists in your life. I don't miss sleeping next to the ex-husband at all. He would go at least 2 or 3 days sometimes without bathing. He didn't want to shower, he said, because he liked sitting down in the tub. Well, if you just need to be clean after, sweating all day and, having stiff, crusty socks, I figure, like a wash down at least would be better than nothing. But hey. Ew, it's funny because the ex-husband would always say that he had trouble sleeping. Now, funny he should say that, because whenever there was a heated argument that we had, or he had drank too much, he had no problem just passing out and waking up like it was nothing. But when he wasn't drinking and we were not arguing, he seemed to have trouble sleeping. And I want to take note of that, because whenever there was a heated argument and there was an outlet for the insanity going on inside of him, he slept okay. And he was like flat out drunk, he would just go to sleep. Yeah, it would keep me up to all hours of the night arguing and stuff, but hey, when it came time for him to go to sleep, out like a light. Ugh. Yeah, so again, just want to know you guys' experiences with this. As an update to what's been going on with me, the ex-husband did not pick the kids up this past Friday. Whew. So, he's not due to have possession until 6 p.m. Thursday, and I imagine he's working Thursday. If he's not, he'd only have him for 2 hours. So, I'm trying to talk myself down from being too anxious about the next interaction, but something tells me that he's not going to want to take time out of a full day's sleep and activities that he could do just to spend time with his kids for 2 hours and have to come over here. I don't think so. Now, if he does, I'd be shocked. I would be shocked. He hasn't bothered to utilize Thursday possession at all. Not even for 30 minutes to come by, maybe take him out to eat or take him to the drive-thru or something, I mean, if it were me and I was the one that only had, the first, third, and fifth week of the month of Thursday, I'd do everything in my power to come see my kids, if I didn't live too far. When the ex-husband lived in a completely different county, almost 2 hours away, yeah, I understand him not stopping by on a Thursday in the evening when he could be headed home, when he had like over an hour drive home. But, he's lived at his new place in town within 30 minutes of us for, gosh, going on 2 months now, I think. So yeah, there's been opportunities for him to stop in, and you know, we'll see how things play out. Let's just say that the holidays are coming up, and that wasn't such a fun time last year. Last year, I was able to have the kids for the Thanksgiving break. Thank goodness. This year, it's going to be the ex-husband's turn, but I don't see him keeping the kids for an entire week. I just don't. I really don't. You know, they have to have a whole week's worth of food for them and clothing. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and roll up to my destination. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to keep up with me, and hit the bell to be notified of new videos. I'm going to go ahead and post 2 other videos here that will be related to this one, so go ahead and check those out. This has been Lady Bill Bannon, and I'll talk to you soon.